All right, Dalton and Kody, what is going on today? We are back here. We already have beers in front of us. We already have beers open. We have bottles of liquor open. We have $2 bills laying around. Can we give a little? We got chuckling in the background. What do we got going on today, Kody?
We got some very special guests here, but before we get into this, I have to mention, before we forget, we've been into the beers a little bit. These... Hold on.
He's already on
my train of thought. We'll just clip that.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Lynn Lake Chiropractic sponsored this episode with Busch Lights and peppermint schnapps for us today, and we're in it. Cody's in it heavy. He's losing it.
The reason why we got peppermint schnapps for today's episode is because we have a couple of very special guests on today's episode. Guys, why don't you explain the significance of the peppermint schnapps and who you are?
Well, I'm Tyler, the camera guy. This is Ryan, the T-shirt guy. To my right.
Yeah.
We are both employees of YouBetcha. You guys have seen the Miles, the YouBetcha guy. The videos on Facebook, the whole nine, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. We're trying to be in front of as many eyeballs as possible. So,
hey, what a great intro by. It would have been way better if you said, I'm Miles, the YouBetcha guy. Blah blah blah. People get hyped for it, but like. We're just employees of Miles, the YouBetcha
no
guy.
Shit.
So
our claim to fame is we work for Miles.
Yeah, guys, welcome to the show. We got the minions here. Sorry we didn't get Miles on this one, but
Ryan, you know what we are?
What's that, Tyler?
We are the owners, operators,
directors,
managers of the Breakfast Ball page and the Double Bogey podcast.
Double Bogey. I was gonna say you guys just skip by the whole podcast.
Yes,
We're part of YouBetcha. Fuck our podcast.
Well, you guys were just on our podcast, and like I mentioned before, I have not drank this much on our podcast ever until you assholes decided to show up. So thanks for that.
Don't sell the man short. There's a third member on your side.
Barely.
He's a silent partner.
I am a silent partner.
No, Jake does good work, but we like to give him shit. So Jake is also here.
Jake,
our producer.
I'm here.
You know what's actually really funny? Our camera guy / behind the scenes for most of the time, his name is also Jake.
Mm-hmm. So you have a Tyler and
so
Jake.
we both have a Tyler and a Jake.
Classic beta name.
Whoa. Hey, hold up. Let's take a step back there, Tyler.
You're good, Jake. Hey, but honestly, thanks for having us on, guys. We really appreciate it.
We're excited for this.
No problem.
Absolutely. Let's let's get stuff rolling here. Let's get into it.
You are now listening to On Tap with the Boys, a podcast about beer, bad decisions, and bad friends, with your hosts, Kody, Tyler, Dalton, and Tucker.
So first things first, I'm going to beat you to this.
You know I was going to do this.
How about Tucker?
Yeah. So Tucker is absent today, and he's been absent for a while.
Yes.
That is because his lady is pregnant, and she had two beautiful babies.
Was pregnant.
They had twins.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, twins.
Wow. Yeah.
He had a boy and a girl, Ellis and Vera.
Mm-hmm. And
Beautiful little things.
And I talked to him before this, and I asked him, bro, is it okay if I pour some out from the homies? Let's take some shots for Ellis and Vera. The past couple months, I've been going to bars with him. Every time we go out, I'm sure his fiance hates this because we just get fucked up all the time. Just me and him. We go out and we just get hammered. And I always go to the bar and I'm like, okay, let's do a shot. This one's for fetus A. And I'm like, okay, we got to do another one for fetus B because they're twins. So we always do double the shots. So let's do this one for Ellis and Vera for Tucker. Congratulations on the twins.
Ellis and Vera, here's up to it. Here's down to it. If you get to it before I get to it and you don't do it, then leave me to it because I'm so goddamn used to it.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, boy.
I'm lost.
Those are going to be some spoiled kids.
They're
Some
sitting
very
there trying to
spoiled kids.
follow all that.
So, being that you guys are predominantly a golf podcast, because I think our followings are pretty different. So, I'm not trying to be redundant, but I just want to explain because maybe it's not obvious. So, I wanted to get into the topic of how you handle the alcohol situation on the course, specifically with the Bev Cart gal. Now, I'm talking not, no, don't take it in a dirty way. I seen Tyler cracking a smile there.
Gold.
I was not trying to take it there, and Tyler's mind went in a crazy direction there. I'm talking more so about when the Bev Cart gal comes around. It doesn't matter when you're golfing, but I'm talking, are you more of a drink at the bev cart, more of a shot at the bev cart, more of a beer at the bev cart? What's the selection look like?
Well, before Ryan's definitely going to answer this, but before that, you guys mentioned on our podcast that you guys you consider your podcast the conversations you have when you're drinking with your buddies, right?
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
We consider our podcast the conversations you have when you're drinking with your buddies in a golf cart. So we're actually very similar.
Yes.
So I think
And
our
I
experiences would do very well together. I think they should all be friends. To be
Absolutely.
I was pleasantly surprised. I don't really golf. And as a basically non-golf, I've golfed. Every time I've golfed, it was a scramble, and I kind of got forced into it because that's what everyone was doing, and I had nothing else to do. But I don't hate golf. Where was I going with that?
Well,
And then I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. I'm a very good bogey to double bogey golfer.
Well, yeah,
Hey,
Kody,
well,
you
well-
golfed in high
Consistently.
school, so you have to be good. You golfed in high school.
he
I think.
actually is decent.
Oh,
Oh,
I remember. I was pleasantly surprised listening to your podcast. I went into it thinking like, man, is this just going to be golf talk? And it turned out it was like
very entertaining.
hanging out with some guys
Yes.
with a side of golf. And the Happy Gilmore episode, that was right up my alley. I don't know if I've ever golfed or been near a golf course where no one referenced that movie. You can't do
That's
it.
why that movie will be
can't
my
do it.
favorite of all time. And that's kind of like what we try and do at Breakfast Ball is like, if you want to start a specific golf podcast, you got to be in the golf world. You got to be just fucking dialed in on whatever you're talking about, whether it's swing or anything like that. We are just golfers like you guys who like to go out. We like to drink beers. We like to have good conversation with the boys. We like to bump some music, whatever. That's kind of how we're trying to portray our golf page. Because there's, as we were talking about on our podcast, is like some people take it way too seriously, and it makes golf not fun. So like, let's make
And I think that's a new thought of our age group is it should be a little bit more a little relaxed for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So
So I literally started listening to the Breakfast Ball Double Bogey podcast yesterday. And so we knew we were gonna have you on, and I told Kody, I said, dude, we gotta listen to some of this shit. We gotta figure it out. So I listened to 5 out of their 7 episodes yesterday and today. Well, after I listened to the first episode, I called Kody and I said, dude, this is like straight golf. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Literally everything I know about golf, I think I learned in the past 48 hours from your guys' podcast.
Hell yeah.
But here's the thing. About a straight golf podcast, you guys made it so freaking, it was entertaining, and I was in it. Like I was okay with it. It's not like it was a chore to me. It wasn't homework. I was okay with listening to it and still there. I loved it. It was good. And he's an absolute, doesn't golf at all. And he enjoyed it, so.
I'll note that you distracted me enough that at work, I'm a low voltage electrician, and here it goes.
Half watt.
I was working on the fire alarm system, and maybe the fire department came.
You did that? You did that?
Oh.
Well, we can't say I did, but we can't say I didn't.
You said to Snapchat to us
I
today.
can't. Listen. Here's the deal. I'm working on the 20th floor, and I have no idea how the 22nd floor went off.
Well, because you were trying to recreate
been me,
the
but
Happy
hey.
Gilmore movie with current golfers or current celebrities.
And you were
And,
thinking,
it was
you know
somewhere
what
in the
happened?
ballpark.
Is
It
we
was somewhere in
started
the
talking
ballpark of
about
that
Margot
part of that.
Robbie, and you just started crossing wires everywhere.
Hey!
That's what happened.
Yes. Okay, so back to the drink. Drink, shot, beer.
Yes.
Typical bev cart.
Oh, that was
and
the
now
question,
I
yeah.
will accept a situational answer.
Yes,
We totally forgot all
Can I
about
get
that.
Can I get a situational preface from you? What hole are we on?
Are you playing 18 or 9?
18 always. Always, dude.
We only have a 9-hole in Pine City.
Oh, play it twice
literally
through. It
don't-
doesn't matter.
I've played it 18 once in my life.
Okay, you're playing 18. You're on hole 7 on the front 9. Bev cart gal comes up.
That's all.
She's got a full cart full of ice. She's in short shorts, a very
Okay.
tight top.
Yes.
Wow, Tyler.
Go on.
She
I
also
have a
looks
kid,
like your
guys.
cousin.
Guys.
Let's go.
Quit. Oh God, Tylering.
Tyler's
me.
had sex.
I have had sex at least once. I have a child. He looks just like me.
And you have proof of that.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
There's a birth certificate with my name on it, and it's not my birth certificate. So, if we are on hole 7 of the front 9, the Bev Cart girl comes up looking good.
I said it looked like your cousin, and you're gonna say looking good.
I did not hear that.
Well, he said it.
I am from small town Minnesota, so I wouldn't
So
put it
makes
past
sense.
anyone.
It makes sense.
Okay, treat it the same. Drink beer, shot.
To be completely honest, and I don't want this to sound like a cop-out answer, I'm going to get a beer and a mixed drink at hole 7 on the front 9, because from holes 1 through 5, I've gone on record saying that those are my beer holes. I am drinking beer 1 through 5, and then I'm starting to filter in the mixed drinks from there on out.
Yes. Okay, that's
You
fair.
mixing them up.
I like that, but I think I'm going double mixer.
Double mix?
I'm going 2 mixers. I'll be honest, Tyler, I don't drink a whole lot of beer on the golf course
We
because
drank a lot of beer on the golf course together, Ryan.
liquor before beer is clear. Drink liquor on the golf course, you drink beer after hours. So
Yes,
I'm going.
that's a great
fair.
idea.
Yeah, so I'm going.
fair.
I'm with it.
I'm probably going 2 John Daly's, Kody.
Love it. Love it.
Now,
That's a great answer.
now,
Clarify.
yeah, you need to clarify what that is because that is a very niche drink.
Clarify the John Daly.
Sweet tea, lemonade, and vodka.
Okay.
Amazing. It is an Arnold Palmer with frickin' balls like John Daly. Incredible. That guy is my spirit animal. If I can be like him in the future, I love it. Smoking darts, frickin' love it.
Yes. Crazy pants, crazy color shirts. Absolutely love it. Now,
Okay,
here's a
well-
better backup question. Oh, go ahead.
I never knew who John Daly was until you just described him, to be honest.
Oh,
Dalton. Come on.
I know him because he said crazy pants, crazy shirts, and I know who that is.
He
now.
doesn't need internet. He doesn't need the internet for that.
Nah, dude. Google what?
Okay, here's a better follow-up question, and we are going to judge you on this. What's the tipping situation like with the Bev Cart gal?
That's a great
Do
question.
you treat her different than a normal bartender?
Yes, 100%.
In what way,
She has to
Tyler?
drive around in the hot sun all day long, dealing with shitty 55-year-olds hitting on her all day long.
Yes.
I was just going to say
absolutely.
that, man.
I couldn't even imagine.
But she gets to be outside instead of inside.
Right, but
Huge
being
perk.
outside comes with the caveat of being hit on by creepy old men. So you tip her. I'm not going to tip her an outrageous amount more than I am a regular bartender, but I'm going to tip her at least $2 to $3 more than I would otherwise.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
I respect that.
Absolutely. Yes, I would agree 100%. Now, Ryan.
Yeah, don't mess us up.
I've worked in the beverage service industry. I've worked off tips before. Fargo Moorhead Redhawks. Past life, Tyler.
I actually bought beer from Ryan before we knew each other.
Yeah. So I appreciate good tips and the fact that, you know, if you get on good terms with the Bev Cart girl right away, the second time around she's going to be even that much better. She's going to be mixing those drinks maybe a little. She
Yes.
might lean on the bottle a
Absolutely.
little bit extra.
Yes.
So I'm
and
probably
and faster.
and faster. Yep. So I'm probably going like $1.50 tip per drink.
Yeah, that's fair.
$1.50 total.
I'd say $1.50 to $3 is fair per drink.
Yeah.
So if
Okay.
I get 5 beers, I'm
Yeah.
tipping
What's 5 plus
seven and a half
$1.50?
bucks. $7.5 bucks.
7.5. Okay.
That's a pretty hefty.
We already said we're. I already started drinking before this podcast. Don't make me do fucking
and
math.
we're predispositioned because of Pine City. So
I only know how to count to 21.
We're working with Pine City math here, and our power's going. Our light just went out. We got to pay the bills.
Jesus Christ, they shut us off in here.
Our light just broke.
Where's the maintenance man?
Hey, you got an electrician,
Okay.
Cody, sitting right to you. 2 guys to your right.
Hey,
Get him
you
out.
did not hear me.
If
I said
Cody's
low
on it,
voltage
the
electrician.
wrong floor will be
I'm
lit
dealing
up.
with data wires, and I'm dealing with data wires and things that can't kill you. Okay, little baby things.
So now we do only have a 9-hole course here in Pine City. I mean, we do have an 18-hole course in Rush City, which is only maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes south of here. But in Pine City, it's a 9-hole course. However, it is critically acclaimed top 10 9-hole courses in Minnesota.
Unreal.
Which critics are acclaiming
made it.
this?
That I don't
The
know.
ones we paid.
It's us.
That's us. Yeah, we're 3 of the 10.
Hey, my hometown also only has a 9-hole course, and if
Which
you
is
ask
ranked
me,
number 9 in Minnesota.
a critic, it is also acclaimed.
Just for information purposes, where's your hometown?
Frazee, Minnesota. We are
Crazy.
Where's that at?
Yeah, name the nearest city.
an hour straight east of Fargo. We're right next to Detroit Lakes. We're basically a suburb of DL.
Gotcha.
Oh man, okay.
Yeah.
You're from up here.
Oh yeah, you're between Perm and Detroit.
Everybody goes to
Yeah,
their
I fucking
cabins and
hate
stuff.
Perm so much.
I did a couple jobs in Perm.
Classic
Fuck Perm.
Tyler
Gross.
hating the high
Yep.
school rivalries. Yep.
Tyler's
there we
opening
go.
the yearbook.
I hate
Classic.
The yearbook. If
We
this
used to
is the
re-
yearbook, it's wide open, and I still fucking hate Perm.
We used to wrestle Perm. And
So that's
we
where
used to
your
beat the
hatred
shit
for
out of
Perm
Perm.
stemmed?
Huh?
That's where the hatred for Perm stemmed, is for a high school rivalry?
100%. I hate Perm. And it also, okay, so Perm, Minnesota has,
Here we go. Here
they
we
have
go.
a dog food plant. They have a chip plant where they make chips. They have a candy plant, and they have above ground lagoons. And for the folks at home that don't know
Hell
what
yeah.
a lagoon is, that is where they store human shit. So it is above.
I think we have an above
We
ground
do.
one.
We have 2. We have 2.
Why?
We have 2 of those things you mentioned.
I don't know.
So Perm
I don't know,
has,
but we're better
Perm
than
has
Perm.
all 4 of those, right? So depending on which direction the wind is coming from, the town either smells like dog food, chips, candy waste, or human shit.
Love it. Love
That's
it.
funny. That's how I feel about Rush City, except for they don't have any of those things. It just smells like that.
Just in general, I like it. Fair enough.
We don't like Rush
Next
City.
time you guys see Tuffy's dog food in grocery stores or Walmart, wherever, Perm, Minnesota.
Perm, Minnesota.
So I got a question for you guys. And maybe Tyler, you might have heard of this. Ryan, I don't know. Jake, maybe, I don't know. Have you ever heard of Old Man Iron Man? Do you know what an Iron Man competition is?
Yeah.
Oh,
Triathlon.
yeah. Like,
Okay.
it's the triathlon times,
Okay. So I'm not super clear on the details.
So be clear, they don't know what an old man Iron Man is.
They do not.
We're about to blow your fucking mind.
You're
right
gonna love this. You're gonna love this.
Get your birdie juice ready.
yeah. All right,
We're out.
Cody, please explain the details of this because I don't. You've partaken, I believe, right? Or no?
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't do the old man Iron Man, but I
you're
was there.
involved. You're involved.
So I love that. You're gonna blow your mind. I don't know it, but you're gonna be blown away. You shoot sporting clays in the morning. So my dad owns a hunting club here in Pine City, Wings North, and there's a sporting clays course.
His dad pays for everything on
Not
the
to brag.
podcast.
Not to
Hey,
brag.
Cody,
Not
I
to
have to follow it
brag.
up with say, not to fucking brag.
Hey, you can be excused for anything. These guys can't give you shit if you just say not to brag after.
Not to brag, my dad owns it.
Not to brag. My dad owns the hunting club here in town. It starts out shooting sporting clays in the morning. So it's like the drinking / sportsman's version of a Iron Man.
It is so Midwestern. It's so pure. It's like a Midwestern man's Olympics here. Listen,
So
to this.
you shoot 10 stations of sporting clays, and then you go and golf 9 or 18 holes,
Time out.
depending on which course they go
You
to.
can't drink before you shoot because of legal obligations.
Right.
So you shoot and then you start drinking.
Yes.
It's just instantly you start drinking beers.
The moment
let's
the
go.
guns are put away, the beers are flying. And so you shoot a round of sporting clays, and then you go and do a round of golf. And then after that, you pitch a game of horseshoes. And then there's a point system of how it's tallied. And then at the end, the winners, it's a very big deal as far as bragging rights go.
At least around
Huge.
here.
Fucking huge.
Huge. And you get like medals, the whole 9. It's a big deal.
Hey,
Is
Tyler.
this individuals or is it teams?
No, it's
Teams.
a team.
Teams.
Teams of 4. And the golf is a scramble.
All right. So Ryan, myself, and who are our other
Jade.
two?
Jade is gaming.
The robot.
Yep.
The robot.
I'm kind of
We gotta
upset that you guys aren't picking me right now.
Well, we have one more slot.
We're talking about shooting and drinking.
Yeah, both of those things I'm good at. You guys underestimate the
Jake.
time that I've spent at the range. I may be a city boy, but I
Is
got a
he
little
gonna
bit of
be
a
on
redneck in me.
All right.
I have a brother.
Myself,
I have 2 brothers.
Myself, Tyler, Jake, and Jade. We would love to be a part of this next time because
Absolutely.
That was our thought, is that it would be great to do a little bit of on tap with the boys, maybe some breakfast ball, little comp.
It is a lot of fun. And like I said on your guys' podcast, like I only golfed 2 times this year, and the one time it was kind of half of that. We did clays in the morning, and then we did golf in the afternoon. So it takes the average clays of your team, the average clay score, and then you work your golf score off of that. So you can go into golf freaking 4 strokes down or fucking 10 strokes down if you got a bad team. It's really hard.
My
to
only suggested alteration is instead of horseshoes, we just do bags.
I 100%
hell
agree
yes.
with that. Yes.
I
that's
agree.
I feel
Because
like it's way more
horseshoes-
Midwestern.
I'm letting you guys know right now I'm the best
Yeah.
bags player to ever live. So.
oh,
And I'm about to let you know right now that can't be the case.
So here's the deal.
All right, now I have to play all 3 of you.
I suck at bags. I'm not good.
You guys don't know this, but I got sort of an ace in the hole when it comes to horseshoes. So I'm fully for keeping it horseshoes, only because my girlfriend's dad is top 100 in the world.
Cody,
for
let me
horseshoes.
stop you. Not to brag.
Big deal. Not to brag. Not to brag. Humble brag. I'm basically related to a celebrity.
Yes,
Yes.
not to brag, but my girlfriend's grandpa is top 100. You know.
That's actually pretty sweet.
Also-
Who the hell? Who's the
a
guy
little
running
side
around
note.
the country ranking horseshoe players?
Hey, it's the same guy proclaiming the top 9-hole golf courses in Minnesota.
Yes. That's the critic that's acclaiming everything.
Yes, yeah, it's the same guy. It's
He's
Cody's dad,
being
dude.
employed,
It's Cody's dad.
That's a good point. However, these horseshoe tournaments are a big freaking deal.
They're huge over
There's
here,
not
man.
there's not huge cash prizes. I mean, like top place wins like less than $5,000 in the world, but there's like a huge cult following for it. Huge. Like there's thousands of people.
Local
that,
newspaper articles are written about these people.
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, no shit. So, with that being said, it's 4-person teams. If you guys wanted to put a team together, I think it would be awesome to have you guys come down and do the Old Man Ironman, and we will push either we'll do our own event because everybody loves doing that,
I'd push cornhole.
or
but, yeah.
I would like to make the change for bags. I think that would make it more fair because it's bags is more common than shoes
Yeah,
nowadays.
for
I
sure.
think that's a fair assumption.
When is it?
Well, usually it's about spring. You know, like April, May.
It got screwed over this last year, I believe, because of
COVID.
all the shutdown and stuff. The whole town of Pine City, we had a moment of silence. But
Did we?
no,
No,
For-
Pine
for-
City
for the-
basically never shut down. It's like the same entire time.
yes. So, yeah, I would suggest we just do a little, one-on-one comp. You make a team, we make a team.
I like that. I
I
like
would
that. I like
love
that
that.
more
Throw it
than
down.
polluting it with the rest of everyone else. The rest of the old men, we don't need them. It's just an us versus you type of situation.
Okay, that's fair. Well, no, let me present this suggestion here. We can shoot sporting clays at any time. The sporting clays course is always open year round. Now, we could do the golf simulators at Bull Rush in Rush City. We could
Nah.
do it in the wintertime at some point.
I don't like that.
You're a big golf guy. Can you shoot scrambles on a simulator?
Yeah,
I suppose.
definitely you can.
I don't know. I've never done a
All
simulator.
right, boys,
before.
put me in the putt position, and I'm good. I can punt like a motherfucker.
Yeah, putting on
I used to go to Jellystone Park, dude.
In South Dakota?
No,
Fuck is
Wisconsin, bro.
Jellystone Park, bro.
And they had what's it called? Mini golf. Dude, I'd eagle on mini golf every time.
called?
Hey,
I definitely wouldn't double bogey, that's for sure.
Dalton's a big golf guy if you haven't
yeah.
caught on.
Huge golf guy. Yeah, you can
Woods,
definitely
Arnold
tell.
Palmer.
We're in. I feel like
all about it.
if this goes on in the spring, we'll definitely get a team together. Pine City can't be that far from us, Tyler. 3 hours max.
Yeah, I'm in.
Four.
I mean, I was in as soon as
It's
someone
four, dead
challenged me
on.
at bags, so it's fine. I'm in.
So
Perfect.
So we talked about it. So I used to work for a company that was based out of Fargo, And then me and him went to college in Grand Forks.
Yep.
So we went to UND. So, I mean, fuck, we know that. I could go to Grand Forks from here, hauling ass, 4.5 hours and no stops for anything.
4.5. Okay.
So,
Okay.
4.5.
So here in
All in
Fremont,
A
ass.
little bit of a haul.
Most people, it takes 4.5 to Fargo. Once you get Fargo, you go 100, to Grand Forks, so you don't care.
I'm with you.
I don't care up there.
Absolutely. Well, I'm getting a little low
Yeah.
on the Busch Light. I think
yeah.
we'll maybe take a little bathroom break. We'll be back in a little bit. Are you guys all right with that?
Deal.
Sounds good.
Okay, let's hit it.
It's time for a bathroom break. The boys will be right back.
No, they're
See my strong spot? I will surprise you with my putt game. Okay? These boys get me on the green or on the fairway. See, look at or whatever the fuck it is. Wherever you putt from, okay?
He doesn't even know where it's from.
It's the green.
Yeah, that's
really-
the one time I did it. It was for like the Minnesota Deer Hunters Association, and they let some tame
Yeah,
at
MDH.
They shook
I'm a
'em-
lifetime member
right
of
same.
the MDHA.
They shook them up in a bag, threw them in a field, and then we walked through the field. Like, well, that's not hunting.
They shook him up in a bag?
They basically confused them, threw them
Yeah,
in
yeah.
some CRP, and then we walked through it with
Yeah.
dogs.
Right. They gave him the old Osama bin Pheasant.
There's your hot take. There's your hot take.
I love it.
It wasn't
That
me.
wasn't even as spicy.
So
Are we
now,
back in? We're back
let's-
in?
Yes, we
yeah,
are
we're back in.
Oh, we
now.
are. All right.
Why don't you guys walk us through the whole name change thing? Because it started out as the Breakfast Ball podcast, and now it's the Double Bogey podcast, right?
Double Bogey Show.
Yep.
Double
Double Show.
Yeah, because Double
So who
Bogey
fucked
podcast
up?
was also taken.
Really?
Ryan and I and Jake, I'll give you your due diligence here.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Alex.
We run a page called Breakfast Ball or Balls, depending on which platform you're watching our content on. And we do just basic golf content. We do reviews, we do skits, we do challenges, we do all sorts of golf stuff on there. And we decided to start a podcast because we live in North Dakota and it snows 9 months a year, so we have to have something to do when we can't golf. And so just naturally, we
Heard that.
decided to make it the Breakfast Ball podcast.
Yep.
And we didn't Google it one time beforehand. Turns out there's like 5 Breakfast Ball podcasts. There's Breakfast Ball. There's Breakfast Ball podcast. There's the Breakfast Ball podcast. There's so many different ones. So we had to change it, and we decided to go with the Double Bogey Show because there's 2 of us, and we're both, well, I am a double bogey golfer. Ryan's probably a bogey par golfer.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's good. I want to tell you, I mean, I'm not I shoot straight like high 70s, mid 80s on like a
On
nine,
nine.
on a 9-hole course.
Okay.
On nine.
All day.
I was gonna say 18, dude.
All day. High 70s, mid 80s on a 9-hole all day, dude.
I respect that.
don't
I've
know.
been there.
I don't know what that means at all.
That's bad. That's
really-
like a max out on every
I was
hole
gonna say
kinda
that
deal.
sounds bad.
Yeah,
It's
not
bad.
good.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Dalton,
All
think
right.
about it. There's 9 holes. If you get 10 strokes a hole, that's a 90. So he's 20
And I'm shooting
strokes less than
75.
You know what? I'm honored to learn golf from some of the greatest in the game.
I did want to say, we were golfing in Grand Forks, and was that Kings Walk or where? I can't remember where we're at. Where I almost hit that hole in one.
Dude,
Shut
that's,
up.
Oh, that's like a par 34 course. It's very small. It
Very
was
small.
Lincoln.
No. It was
Lincoln.
But it was a
That
par
was not
three
no
course.
Kings. Hold on. Let's just
I
preface
don't
this.
fucking know the names.
Kings Walk, it's like going from the nicest place in Grand Forks to the very least best thing in Grand Forks. Like that's like Kings Walk is like 5 times the amount to play around than it is at Lincoln.
I have golfed at 3 different golf courses though in Fargo, so that's cool. But I mean in Grand Forks. But this is the proudest moment I ever had at golfing. I freaking off the tee box, whatever, on a par 3, got it
With a putter.
literally a foot from the fucking pin, and I double putted for
no,
par.
no, you did not. No, he triple putted. And used, I don't know if this is a real thing because it wasn't on the tee box, but he technically used a breakfast ball on the green.
Hey, no.
I think
According
that's
to
a
Ryan,
mulligan.
his first one doesn't count then because that's the whole hole-in-one bullshit. It doesn't count. It doesn't count.
It does count.
Ran a straight
Squash will give
fucking
it to you.
worm burner. Ran a straight fucking worm burner off the tee box to a foot away from the pin. Fucking triple putt for bogey, dude. Let's go.
Dude, I don't golf, but worm burner sounds badass.
Squatch, from the worst of the two golfers in here, that's tough luck, man. That's a tough luck.
Here's the best part about it. It was an elevated tee box, so we're maybe
Just roll down there.
20 feet probably above the green, and it's a very short par 3, maybe 120 yards, maybe, and it's downhill, so it probably plays like 80 conservatively. Hits it with this putter, goes on the ground the entire time. It never is airborne. It's it's teed up from the tee straight to the rough and just and then it stops like a foot from the pin. And everybody's freaking out because we all thought it was going to go in. We thought this guy was going to get a hole in one with a damn putter. And now this is like, we only played 9 holes, but we're already wasted. And I don't even know what hole it is, to be honest. We stopped keeping track at this point.
So Squatch, you can hit it within a foot of the pin with your putter, but you can't make a foot putt with your putter.
Fuck no.
He's a power guy. He's
He's
the equivalent of Bowser in Mario Kart, right?
Yeah, you're
Top
a
speed, great.
scramble
Acceleration,
Yeah.
Huge.
Ain't about
Huge.
that finesse.
absolutely. So yeah, triple putt for bogey.
Hate my life. But who is this? So I had multiple questions, but what website do you use to gamble? Because I want to fucking gamble. on golf.
That's a Ryan question for sure.
Yes, you're a big degenerate. You're a degenerate, aren't you not?
We like degenerates.
Ryan,
Yeah, you're a piece of shit, aren't you?
What's considered a degenerate?
somebody that only cares about sports because of the gambling.
That's a degenerate.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
Works
the
for me.
definition, but
Works
Tyler
for
can
me.
make up whatever he
If
wants
that's
on
the
the fly. I'll
definition, then
support it.
yes.
That's my definition.
We'll have to talk behind.
But
the
yes.
We will have to talk behind the scenes.
So you have a
Okay.
He has a bookie.
like that.
He's got a
I
bookie.
like that.
Here's the deal. We talked about the Nelk boys being a big inspiration for us starting the podcast, and one of their guys, Steve, will do it. He's huge into roulette. Have you ever gone on roulette?
No.
They have this game
all
where
Bitcoin.
it's a graph that goes. Yeah, first off you gamble all in Bitcoin.
Yep,
So
yep.
you can
Most things
exchange
you
real
gamble.
money for Bitcoin.
Yep.
And then that's how you gamble. They have this game where it's a graph and it just keeps going up until it'll randomly stop. And sometimes it's instantly and sometimes it goes for a really long time. But as it goes on, your bet exponentially increases and then you choose when to stop. So if you stop before the timer stops or before the game just stops you, you get however much money it's on at that point.
It's like Deal or No Deal.
So this is how childish the gambling is, though. The exponential graph, is a fucking rocket ship, and you have to stop it before it blows up. That's where it is. It's a rocket ship. You're like, oh, that's $1,000, and it fucking blows up. You're like, well, shit, I just lost $100.
It's genius. It's an absolutely genius business model,
It is.
only because the first time I ever did it, I lost $100 instantaneously.
Why is
The
that
first game I
genius?
played.
You lost money.
Here's the thing. The first time I played, I remember watching Steve will do it, the Nelk guy, going on it, and he's winning just thousands of dollars, and it keeps going. It's a long deal. First time I played, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go like 4 seconds. I'm just gonna, like quadruple my money, and then I'm never gonna do it again. I'm never gonna do it again. Biggest lie I've ever told myself. I go. And it's one of the instantaneous ones. And literally, as soon as I press start, boom, it blows up. And I lose all my money.
Oh, no.
And you were hooked. You lost $100. Like, yeah, I'm in, baby.
Yeah, let's go. Another $1,000. Let's go.
Yeah, so I do really enjoy the betting that you guys talk about on golf and whatnot. I've never made a sports bet in my life. I would love to. Well, actually, I mean, I've done horse racing. But
You bet Tucker on what was it?
Oh, yeah.
Korean football?
Yeah, no, Korean softball.
Korean baseball. Baseball.
Baseball.
Korean baseball.
Yeah, but that's with
because
your,
all
that
our
was with
sports
your
were
buddy,
shut down.
right? You were betting with your buddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we got to get you. Yeah, we got to get you actually looking at Vegas odds plus 280, minus 350, hitting some underdog bets.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so-
can't.
I'm waiting for the
I
plug.
tell you what, I got $1,000 in fucking twos right here.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm
go
not,
for it.
I'm not going to talk about it on podcast. So
Okay.
Fair.
behind
His
the
wife
scenes,
will
Is it illegal?
I'm not going to talk about it on the podcast.
No.
So
Tax exempt.
Is it tax exempt?
Exactly. So
Exactly.
great question. Great question. But
That's awesome.
I love the sports game.
That's great. I'm glad this episode is sponsored by the IRS.
Yeah, dude, it is a lot of fun. And we were talking Dana White earlier. I'm a big UFC guy, so I bet a lot of UFC. I haven't been on a heater in a while, but when a guy gets on a heater, there's nothing better than you can literally throw in any bet and you're gonna win.
Yes, absolutely.
I've got a full a confession question.
Uh-oh.
How many of us 6, including Jake, have
Five and a
owned,
half.
maybe not worn,
thanks.
but,
Wait,
but
fuck you,
owned
Tyler.
a tap out or American Fighter shirt?
No.
If I had
No,
to wear
I've
one
never
or the
had
other,
one.
No, have you ever owned one?
Oh,
You
yeah,
had a
yeah,
tap
yeah.
out shirt?
I had a Rich,
okay,
Rich
all right.
Franklin American Fighter shirt back
Yeah.
in the day.
Bro, I had a white tap out
Same.
with black.
Same exact shirt.
Dude, and I was scrawny as hell in
This-
8th grade, just
13
flexing on all the
Thinking you were jacked as shit. Like, hey,
Oh, yeah.
every girl in the 8th grade loves this shirt.
Yeah, dude, I am so strong.
Are they working with Hollister sizes? Like it's a little bit.
It's too small.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. I put my brother in a triangle choke one time, dude.
Give them the arm bar at Thanksgiving dinner.
No, dude, triangle choke is more difficult, and I honestly was impressed with my skills. So
That's also when the UFC was on. Like you had to buy the DVDs to watch the main event fights.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Review it if you
Nope.
had direct TV.
Well, it had just
Back in fucking 2000, 1999.
I'm talking Rich Franklin, dude.
Oh, okay, I'm talking way back in the day when Tapa was the main sponsor of the UFC. You had to buy them on DVD. That's how old that shirt is.
Oh.
Jesus.
So I'm not taking the current day American
You're
Fighter
so
tap.
old.
what are you 26? You say I think you're 27, right?
I'm 27.
Yeah, I'm
you're
26.
not much older than
Yeah,
me.
Jesus.
These fools are 25.
I'm 24.
25.
Oh my
I
god.
turned 26 like days ago.
Yeah.
Literally days.
Yeah, I was 26 in October. I'm older than you.
Barely.
You're just a baby.
You young motherfucker.
Y'all
Yeah.
make me feel super
But,
young. I'm
Well,
fresh
Jake's
22.
19.
Yeah, I'm 22
Oh,
going on 16
dude,
right now.
Dude,
So,
how many times have you jammed to that Taylor Swift song though?
Feeling 22.
do you want the real answer or
Yes, legitimate. Is it
Real.
0?
Real.
dude? The
Because
real
you're
answer a
missing out on
gazillion
0.
times, bro. I'm feeling 22 every.
Hey, bro.
Okay. Back to not UFC but fighting related. Are you guys into this Mike Tyson fight next Saturday?
What?
Do you have any money on that?
Oh hell! I don't have money yet, but I'm super into this.
I'm with Ryan.
I gotta
I never
hook up
have
with this
money
guy.
in, but I'm
Not
very
yet.
interested.
Yes, Mike
Hey.
Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. They're both coming out of retirement, both in very good shape, and it's gonna blow the pay-per-view out of the water because, and it might.
I
not
would
even be a
agree.
good fight.
Well, the thing is
And this is under Oscar De La Hoya, right?
Yep. He's Gold
Okay.
Boy Promotions. It'll be on DAZN, DAZN, which is like that's like the ESPN Plus of boxing. Essentially, it's where you buy your pay-per-views.
Okay.
So, what's your over/under? Who we picking? Who we betting on?
Tyler,
I was
take-
gonna ask.
Tyler, take this over. I'm gonna look real quick.
Okay, so I have a side note on this.
Oh, he's got
Guys,
Let's hear it.
Can this fight actually be good?
Yeah.
Because one, these guys are old as balls.
But yes, 100%, they are very old. But there's some arguably the most experienced boxers in boxing history.
Hold on.
I 100% agree with
But-
that. I don't disagree with that whatsoever. But two, they have brain damage.
That's true.
Hey,
Same, bro. Same.
did you see what happened with Tito Ortiz Liddell? That
Which
was
one.
that was
They fought like 15
Don't-
times.
No, they fought 3 times total. The third time happened 10 years after the last one, and it was awful. It was so sad to see. Okay, so when we were talking about tap out, Chuck Liddell was my boy.
Yep.
Love that
The
man.
Ice Man?
The Ice Man, dude. That overhand right haymaker he used to throw, bro. That and anybody's day.
Hey,
Anyway,
Dalton, I hate to do this to you, but I was always a Rampage guy. That's when I got into the UFC.
that's fine.
When
That's
Rampage
fine.
took
Dude, them slams that man had.
God, dude,
Oh,
when
anyway,
Rampage took down
so-
Liddell that was the highlight of my UFC fandom.
But when he fought Tito for the third time, it was like watching two old men throw wet needles at each other.
Yes.
It was
Yes.
wet needles, wet noodles.
dude.
Wet heroin needle.
Ryan,
A
I
wet
think
needle
I'm-
is still a pretty strong needle.
I'm pretty drunk.
Oh my, stop.
But it was horrible to watch. It was very disappointing, and I feel like watching. I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to see that again.
Okay, what's the over under? Who we picking here, Ryan?
Well, so here are the Vegas odds. Mike Tyson is -204.
That's good.
Which
You
one?
want to be
Yeah.
minus.
That's
You wanna be
obvious.
minus, right?
Roy Jones
Yeah.
Jr. is +164. So it's actually you got Mike Tyson -204, Roy Jones Jr. +164. So it's actually it's gonna be pretty close.
So just
yeah.
pause here quick. To win $100 on Roy Jones Jr., I have to bet 164. Correct?
Nope. You have to.
How the fuck do these odds work?
That
That would break you even.
So
Even.
if you put $100 on Roy Jones Jr., you win 164.
Okay. Sorry, I had it backwards.
Yeah, you had it backwards.
Okay.
So who's the underdog here?
Roy Jones Jr. is the underdog. I don't think
Yeah, because them Tyson videos, bro.
they're both in
But
pretty
if-
good shape. And if you guys have ever listened,
So are you saying?
go ahead.
Oh, fuck. I don't know exactly how these betting things work. So then are you saying Mike Tyson's -200 or whatever? Are you saying if I bet $100, I would win $20?
You would win
or how-
$20.40. I believe that's how that worked.
Holy, he's favored that much.
So
huh?
you have to bet $204 on Mike Tyson to win 100.
Holy
No,
shit.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
But do you get your original investment back or no?
Yep.
Yeah, you
So
would
you win $100
So you get
profit.
304.
To net
Gotcha.
$100.
Gotcha. Okay.
I would recommend. I didn't know a whole lot about odds right away either. You just got to do it, and then you'll figure it
Yeah.
out. You lose.
You just got to do it. You got to
$500.
put your whole life savings in it and then just jump in.
Yes, just
That's
jump
the
in.
best way to do it.
But I think it's going to be a very good fight. It's going to be a main event. It's going to sell the shit out of pay-per-views. So if you guys have listened to the Joe Rogan and Mike Tyson podcast, he is so fucking dialed in on this. It is unbelievable.
Dude, unbelievable. The guy mentally is in a whole nother peak of where he should be. He is way too old to be performing at the level he is right now.
So do you guys want to know how Mike
Physically,
Tyson got
I'd
into
say.
drugs? So
Love to.
Absolutely.
So Mike Tyson got into drugs
You do.
because he was such a good fighter. Some of his fights would last like a minute, 2 minutes into the first round, and he's like
Yep.
building up to that moment, and the amount of adrenaline and the amount of high that you are on going into that fight, and for that to just end after 1 to 2 minutes, you are riding that high out for so long after that. He doesn't get to experience that in the ring because he's such a good fighter and he's ending fights early. So that's when he started turning to drugs to just like keep that high going so he wouldn't feel that crash so instantly after it happens.
Specifically, what kind of drugs? What are the better ones?
For him, if you want me to list a few, cocaine, Adderall.
for Mike.
Yeah, for Mike.
For
Yes, Only Mike.
Only
Definitely
Absolutely,
not how.
right. No, I understand that. Absolutely. Now, here's the thing. I mean, that's crazy because how old is he? He's what, mid-50s?
Yep,
or
I think he's like 54. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
can't
he
believe
looks
it, man. I don't-
rough for 54. Like, my grandpa is 70, and he looks a lot better than Mike Tyson. I mean, obviously, this guy's been through a lot. But what it takes to train to get at that kind of level, I think, is pretty outstanding
Are you
for a
hitting him?
55-year-old.
Are you hitting on your grandpa right now?
Not to brag, my grandpa's in pretty good shape.
He do be thick, though.
Did you guys hear about the McGregor Poirier
Dustin Poirier.
fight coming up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, Ryan's
January?
all about that.
I was
shit.
just telling Tyler about that. So Conor McGregor announced his retirement, right? He's coming out. He's retired, right?
Yeah,
Complete
whatever.
publicity stunt.
For the
He'll come out.
second time he's
Yeah,
came out, right?
he goes into retirement
Yep.
to boost his image, and
Yep.
when he comes out of retirement to just fight again, he's taking 2 years
He's
off.
Brett Favre in it, bro.
Exactly. So it's a money stunt. But
Yeah.
I mean, I could talk fighting all day.
The only problem with it that I have is the shit talking to Khabib that he's been doing. Like, dude, let the man retire. You heard what he was saying and why he retired. Let him
Ryan
go.
loves Khabib.
He lost.
I love both. Because
Khabib won, bro. I'm a McGregor fan, but Khabib won that fight. Let it go.
Not to brag, I was at that fight in Vegas, T-Mobile Arena.
That's a huge deal.
Wow.
That's a humble brag. and
Not
that's
to
bad.
brag.
Not to
you.
fucking
Not
brag.
to brag.
Yep.
That's that you betcha money.
Yep. Yeah. No, I was at that fight, and yeah, I saw Khabib jump the ring and jump into Conor's corner. I saw Khabib's corner like coming and clocking Conor after the fight. It was pandemonium.
Damn.
But you guys got to remember, this is the same weekend that Conor released Proper 12 whiskey. So the UFC
Oh shit.
the cage was sponsored by Proper 12. They had ads up on like each of the pads like that surrounds the cage.
Yep.
And so it was on his part, it was a publicity stunt to boost his whiskey.
That is genius marketing.
And from what I've read and what I've heard, he was drinking a lot leading up to that fight. Not in good state, probably coming to press conferences like after drinking 4 or 5 whiskeys, of his own.
I'm not going to blame Khabib for that.
Coming
Exactly.
on podcasts right now, drinking 4 to 5 whiskeys.
Exactly. So I
Yeah,
think
you got a fight coming up, don't you?
I'm basically Conor McGregor
basically.
right
So I think that's where a lot of like the anger and the aggression towards Khabib came from. But the Donald Cerrone fight, if you guys didn't see that, it was a lot more lighthearted. They were both very respectful
Yes.
towards each other.
now. That
And,
was the one, like, the
Hey, hug
Khabib
his
fight
family,
made
whatever it is,
me
Mom.
Yep.
pay more attention to the Cerrone fight.
Exactly.
And
Definitely.
after hearing the hype about the Khabib fight, I was actually pretty underwhelmed with the Cerrone beef.
because their shit talking wasn't happening.
Right.
Yep.
Like, Cowboy was pretty respectful. McGregor was pretty respectful. As far as it's respectful as you can be in the UFC world when you're trying to hype fights like
Right.
this. They were at the
Yeah,
level that you
right.
can be at.
Right.
And I was kind of
This-
underwhelmed
this-
after that, after listening to the Khabib drama.
Yep.
This quickly turned into On Tap Out with the boys.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my god.
We need a hinge or a pivot or something.
We're huge. We're huge sports guys right now. I cannot believe how much sports we've got into.
Barstool better watch out,
We're
all right?
fucking huge, big time.
I'm doing pizza reviews. That's it.
I'm literally just excited to fucking find out how to gamble now. But who's so? I want to go back to the golfing though. I mean, I don't mean to cut off the tap out.
No, you're
No,
good.
no,
You're good.
I
I
did.
can talk all day. It doesn't
But I
matter.
need-
Keep going.
Who's the guy from that's been straight bulking for his drives? Like the first big golfer that's been fucking. He's hitting the fucking gym and shit, just smoking them.
Bryson DeChambeau.
Yep.
That's the guy changing the game.
The man is an alpha.
Bryson bombs. Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
What's his longest drive? Do you know?
Like 410,
Yeah.
12?
No shit.
Ick.
He's the first person in the PGA Tour to ever hit back-to-back-to-back drives over 400 yards.
Okay, I
No
don't,
shit.
Again, don't golf, but I know that's super far.
It's 428, so almost 430 yards.
Thank you,
is
Jake.
how
Yes.
is how long.
Wow.
Obviously,
that's unreal.
That's insane.
obviously perfect conditions. Probably a little bit of wind at the back. Great conditions. He's hitting 428.
And the thing is that it wasn't even like the previous record was hit by somebody else at like 400. He beat his own record at 411. So
Yeah.
Right,
I
like-
mean,
But think about how
Jesus.
long golf has been around for over 100 years. And to be the
Where they've
first
been keeping track.
person
That's insane.
to ever do that back-to-back-to-back times is unreal.
Yeah.
That's a record that's 3 digits long in years.
Yep.
That's insane. The guy's he's changed the game.
Yep.
And people hate on
Now-
it, but that's the element of sports that I feel like is under-respected.
let me hop in real quick, Tyler.
Absolutely.
We were talking about the Masters on Monday about our thing. and it's not like Bryson's the first person to do it. Back in the early 2000s when the Pro V1 came out, Bubba Watson, your favorite golfer, was one of the first adopters of the long drive. And on the 16th hole in the Masters, Bubba Watson ended up hitting a drive and cut the trees of a dog leg, right?
Right.
And it ended up landing him way closer to the green than anybody else.
They were supposed to be.
Yeah, they were supposed to be. It was supposed to be like a par 4 or whatever, and you lay it up short, and then you lay up again. You're on the green, 1 putt, par 4, easy. Bubba Watson ended up just cutting the trees, saving himself a stroke, and Augusta, they ended up having to buy the land behind the tee box to move the tee box back because golfers were just doing that on the regular now.
Yeah.
So people who like to hate on Bryson should just eat shit because people have been doing it before Bryson.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's awesome.
Badass.
I did so good on a par that
I don't understand the hate for Bryson, because if Bubba did that and Bubba literally forced Augusta to buy extra land, why is Bryson getting hate for hitting the long ball?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
There should be no hate in that. You're literally changing the game by, it's not all about your technique. He's going for power too. Everybody's like, it's not about how big you are. With me, they're like, oh, you're huge. You probably can whale a fucking drive, but I can't hit a ball worth shit. I usually top them. But if you can have the technique and the power, you're gonna throw them 400 yards all the time.
Right.
People are gonna start doing that more often.
Here's the deal. As a non-golfer, from what you described to me, I would equate this to when Michael Vick entered the NFL.
Yep.
That
Dog
sounds very
fights.
similar, yes.
Completely changed how the defense and linebackers had to look at a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Somebody had to be looking at that guy all the time.
It's dual threat. Like, you got to worry about 2 things instead of 1 thing.
Dude could run. Yeah, guy could run 20 yards
Absolutely.
and throw 20 yards.
Here's what it comes down to, is that it's all political. Because if you don't have the right image, that people are going to do this to you. And now I'm using this as a segue because when I'm mayor of Pine City, when I run in the next couple of years, that I will make sure that the longest drive in Pine City will not be hated on like that. They won't get that kind of flack.
We're not running for mayor though, because I don't run for shit. We're walking for mayor.
Yeah. Kody Hughes.
What is this
for
we
mayor
shit? You can't
2022?
all run for mayor. You got to pick. Which one?
Well, no, he's going for mayor, and he's gonna fucking win it because that's what happens.
I'll be honest.
We're gonna do it as a publicity stunt, and he's gonna end up mayor of fucking Pine City, and we're not gonna know what the hell to do.
On Tap with the Boys, 2022.
I hope you don't have to elect anybody because I don't want to do anything.
I'm out.
I don't know if you guys understand this, but the mayor of Pine City is a big deal. You get like $300 a month.
Cody,
There's your peppermint schnapps budget for all the podcasts.
We use that money to fuel the podcast.
That'll all go into ads, YouTube ads only, $300 a month.
Yep.
So now, have you guys seen more traction from the videos that you've been doing, or more so the podcast itself?
So obviously, to start, we weren't doing the podcast. So videos were what we put all of our energy into. And that, that made sense because we're in North Dakota in the summer, which is the only time you can golf. So our videos were obviously the main point of this page, of this brand. And then when snow hit, videos are a lot harder to come by. So we kind of pivoted into the podcast. And since then, the podcast has kind of been our go-to. We do podcast videos as well. We post those, and that's kind of been the main attraction to our page since then. But I feel like it's kind of a balance. We got to find a balance between the videos and the podcast itself. So we've kind of been hybriding them, if you will.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we've been posting these little clips, and they, sometimes they get a lot more views than just what the podcast gets.
Right.
So that's why I was curious, because you guys work on a much different scale than we do. I think you guys probably got a bigger following than us.
I checked your guys' YouTube. You guys are killing it on YouTube. You have a bigger following than we do on YouTube. So absolutely, like everyone that's watching us on YouTube right now, go watch On Tap with the Boys on YouTube, and vice versa. Cody, you gotta turn your fucking phone off, and then the people will watch each other. I gotta
reset the cameras.
That's his timer to reset the cameras. But
you're fine.
So I actually seen that, and I love it. You guys have such a big following on everything, and I told Cody when you guys actually kind of talked to us about doing this, I'm like, this is it. Like, we're growing so much, and I have such a fucking vision for this podcast, and Kody, me and Kody and Dalton, all of us, we're just like, we want to grow. We want to make everything so big, and it's going great. I'm extremely excited about everything and how well everything's going so quickly. Very good following.
Yes.
I feel like so.
Ever since Miles has been on your guys' podcast, I've been keeping tabs on you guys, and I've enjoyed every piece of content I've seen from you guys. I'm not going to admit right now that I haven't listened to every single podcast.
Well, yeah,
but
absolutely. I haven't either.
I've consumed a lot of your guys' Instagram content. I've consumed a lot of your YouTube content, and I'm enjoying every single piece. We have the benefit of having YouBetcha on our side. So
that's huge.
It's a different game. So I just think as long as you guys keep doing what you're doing, it's going to end up well for you guys. So just honestly, I think just keep grinding.
That was kind of like a big turning point for us. So the whole Miles interview was actually it was a surprise to all of us, me, Dalton, and Tucker at the time. Kody lined that up, didn't tell us anything about it. He said, you got to come at noon. It was like a noon on a Thursday or Friday. Like, we're drinking Busch Light and Fireball. You got to come at noon. This is the only time he can do it.
Listen to this. My employer's not going to like this, but I called in, or I left early because I was told that I needed to.
You need to be here. that was kind of honest. It helped us a lot because with that interview, we got in touch with Lakin a lot, and then with you got in touch with Ryan about the T-shirts.
Do we need to talk? Should we, Ryan? Are you okay if we bring up Lakin's ordeal with the shirts?
Go ahead.
Lakin 2020.
So they coined it. We need to give credit.
Lakin Gate.
They called it Lakin Gate. Kody, what happened?
Lakin actually won one of our T-shirt contests.
That's no joke. That was legitimately she won.
It was a giveaway, and legitimately she did win. And it was great because I was like, it was right not that long after we had Miles on the show, so I was like, this is freaking perfect. Like instead of just sending her a shirt, I sent out 4 shirts and a bunch of stickers and a bottle opener, and apparently you guys never got it.
Well, Jake got one.
Jake has one in the back
which is
right now. I have not seen
you
these.
elaborate on this.
Okay, so apparently you guys sent over a whole bunch of T-shirts, and neither Ryan or Tyler ended up with these T-shirts. I ended up with a T-shirt in the back of my truck. I got the whole OnTap swag. I got the whole 9 yards.
So you have all the T-shirts.
I've only got one. I'm not hoarding for you guys. No, don't put the blame on me here now, Tyler. We all know that this is really, truly Lakin's fault, all right? You can't put this on me.
It is called Lakin Gate.
That is true. I think this was before the Midwest Giselle, though. So we sent out 4 T-shirts.
This was before. This was before 100%.
Did you end up with the T-shirt? You weren't even hired here.
No.
Exactly.
When did this happen? I started working here late July. It was probably about then.
Oh gosh, it was before July.
Well, it had to be right around there.
I'm gonna look. I'll look on the DMs on Instagram because I know it was on Instagram. We'll get a date.
Maybe it's that Lakin was just holding out all these T-shirts until I came in as sort of a welcoming gift, and then never put on the word towards Tyler and Ryan.
I would bet that would be my guess. You'd have to ask her, but that'd be my guess.
Yeah, she's in the doghouse come Monday.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What do you got?
It was August 11th.
Okay.
That's not
She did. She posted it on her story August 11th. Okay, I thought it was earlier than that.
No, but
Still.
But we did sign it, the boys plus Lakin. So that was for everybody. And actually we sent, I completely forgot this. I'm looking at the photo now. I sent a bunch of stickers, a card, like a thank you card with all of our photos on it, a hat with our PVC patch on it, and 4 T-shirts. So you guys never saw any of the merchandise then.
Lakin, we need answers.
Like, honestly, in hindsight, the more we talk about this, I think I have seen a sticker of Tyler somewhere.
Is it this one?
The mullet head?
The sticker's all cartoon. It's a cartoon sticker, correct? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just a guy with a giant-ass mullet, and I'm pretty sure I've seen that somewhere.
And sick-ass Viper shades. Don't forget.
no, these aren't Vipers. These are literally okay. dream outfit right now. Dream golf outfit right now. This is what I fucking rep.
There we go.
It is a Fleet Farm flannel cutoff. Okay, golf outfit. Fleet Farm flannel cutoff with $10 Grand Canyon sunglasses from the from the gift shop.
Hey, what is the shape of the lenses?
My picture.
That matters.
$10.
The $10. What's the shape? Are they like the circle ones? Are they the rectangle?
No, like 2003 baseball player.
I know exactly.
The Oakley
shitty
gas cans.
Oil can Oakleys. Yeah, gas
oil
cans.
Kind of. Yes. But $10. But we're not talking 03. We're talking 2020 from a Grand Canyon gift shop. I like it. That's what we're talking here. And that's what the picture is, because this is actually based off of my photo I took at the Hoover Dam. So that's why I had the Grand Canyon sunglasses on.
100%. It was just traced out of his photo that he took. It's actually, is it still your Facebook profile photo?
Oh, probably.
I don't
It's on his Facebook.
It's my Bumble profile photo. I'll tell you that for free.
Hey guys, Bumble can lead to a lot of good things.
Like kids.
I have a child. I have a Bumble baby.
Shut up.
no
Bumble?
shit.
Bumble baby.
No shit.
Congratulations on
you.
Bumble success.
He's almost a year old.
I think you guys need to get in touch with Bumble and do a commercial.
Okay. I'll reach out to him. I'll just call Mr. Bumble and be like, hey,
Yes,
just so you know, I can see
senior
the
Bumble
child
to
from
you.
your app.
But, yeah.
Thank you.
That's actually incredible. So I have like a similar love story from Tinder. I had a girlfriend of 3 years and it ended fucking amazing. We're ex-girlfriend and boyfriend now, so that was cool. Tinder wasted my
Sounds like
time.
it ended amazing.
So yeah, now I'm on Bumble. So hit me up, Tyler on Bumble.
So if you see
Tyler
the
on
car-
Bumble,
yeah,
that's the
hey, if you see
username.
Tyler on Bumble.
the
That's,
cartoon guy with the oil can glasses,
Yep.
swipe right.
Yes.
No.
We got Tyler, the camera guy, and at Tyler on Bumble.
And this is probably the douchiest thing. This is probably one of the douchiest things I've done, because my third photo in is a picture of the tattoo that says, "Hi, my name is Tyler." I thought that was kind of good. I'm like, hey, it shows like my sense of humor and shit. And they told me, they're like, don't put this up. This is a low quality photo. I said, fuck you. Low quality photo, high quality content. Let's go.
Don't let Bumble dictate your life.
No.
Absolutely. You
Bro,
can't. You can't live by the rules.
I've gotten 3 matches now.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely gone nowhere.
He's like halfway to a kid. He's halfway to a kid.
Halfway, bro.
So pretty
Loaded.
soon, maybe, Tucker's already off of the show for a couple weeks at least, and now we might be down to just me and Dalton here pretty quick if he stays on this Bumble
If I
kick.
have
I'm
a kid,
thinking.
bro, who knows? Who knows?
The results are proven, so just be careful. That's all I'm letting you know.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I think we're running a little long on time, so I'm thinking we maybe should wrap it up a little bit. Guys, we really appreciate you coming on, and thanks for having us on your podcast. For those of you out there that are listening, check out the Double Bogey Show. On where can they find it?
Presented by
Everywhere.
Breakfast Ball.
Everywhere.
Podcasts.
Presented by, yeah.
Yep, podcasts everywhere. Ryan, what are our platforms? You know better
Yeah,
than
guys,
me.
you can find us on Instagram at breakfast.balls. You can find us on TikTok at breakfastball and on Facebook at breakfastballyb. We're fucking all over the place, dude. So, hey, look for the
This.
fried egg
Look
with the
for
flag
this.
on top of it.
For
That's
people
the
watching.
That
logo
is your-
everywhere.
You
Which
coined that. I like that.
I did still search on, so I listen to everything on Spotify, and I
Yep.
still searched up Breakfast Ball, and the Double Bogey Show came up right away
Perfect.
when I searched Breakfast
Yep.
Ball. And I'm like, well, this is it. I'm like, fuck, they changed their name, but that was it. So
Yep.
it still works. You search Breakfast Ball, you must be the biggest Breakfast Ball podcast still.
Well,
gonna
that
change
didn't
it
take
back.
much.
It's not your
I
name
told
anymore.
you that there was a bunch of Breakfast Ball pages, but they all sucked. But they were still a thing.
They probably didn't upload for a while.
There's
but-
Tyler's hot take.
No, we love it. We absolutely appreciate all the freaking accommodations and the birdie juice. Love it. So, what I want to talk about the $1,000 before we wrap things up. What's going on with that?
We're putting out a separate press conference.
Okay, we're gonna put out a press conference because of the fucking coronavirus. So I guess that'll be in a separate video. But all right then. I guess that's it.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys. Hopefully it's not the last time. We will see you. We'll keep you updated on the old man Iron Man. Cheers.
Oh shit!
Be
Here
nervous,
we go.
okay?
Cheers, guys.
Send it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for listening to On Tap with the Boys. Be sure to follow us on social media and stay updated. Tune in next week for another episode about Tyler's problems.
Oh boy.
You got more problems next week, Dalton? We're going to talk about that thing next week.
Okay.
Seriously, this is it. You're done with that.